Rolling. 3, 2, 1. Hey, and welcome to another edition of Pedal to the Metal podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Animal Mother or John, and I live in New York. Heil, you want to give them my social security number?
No, we'll let you be that anonymous for tonight.
Sounds great.
You know you guys are video casting, but that's okay.
As always, to my left, you have the enigmatic Heil. How you doing?
Yes.
Heil, how you been?
I'm balls deep in games, man. Great games. Good time to be a gamer. Ain't that right, Roika?
Are you riding your motorcycle?
No, that's put away.
Oh,
it gets below 30. It's like actually 40.
I thought you were a man, though.
Well, I'm a fair weather rider, though.
Do you know what the word fair weather means?
Yeah.
60 plus.
Okay. Yeah.
65 or higher.
Yeah, 70 is optimal. Sun shining, wind in your face.
What do you drive? Like a little Yamaha Vespa?
Yeah, a moped.
Yeah. And to my right, as always, I have Eroika.
What's going on?
Eroika, you were very angry this week, and I said a lot of bad words to you this week.
Yeah, you and Heil and I fought like.
Well, I didn't say anything to you. Wait,
No,
I have a question for you. I have a
What?
question. Did you send me? You lost a bet. Did you send me my money?
Oh, I definitely didn't. You know what, dude? Tomorrow it's in the mail.
You son of a bitch.
What do you want me to do?
I'm gonna put poop in a box and send it to your kids for Christmas.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna send poop to your kids. No. I did lose a bet. I said that Far Cry 4. I think it was about a year ago. I said Far Cry 4 would not make 2014. And it did. I didn't think there was any way that Assassin's Creed and Far Cry 4 would launch a week apart, and they did.
And behold, you lost.
Does it actually count that Assassin's Creed launched, or does it not count because it's not 2015 when the game's actually playing properly?
I don't know. We had that discussion last week, kind of, but we'll get back into it tonight.
Yeah, definitely. So who else we got on the show?
We have two special guests from Endless Backlog. Visit their website at endlessbacklog.com. Champ, the terror. I don't know.
The terror?
My name is Gagandeep Singh on System Worms.
System Worms?
Oh yeah, really? Now you're gonna get mad about right after you just did one? Anyway.
Yep, I'm gonna.
System Wars.
Shut up.
I am JG4X Champ. I guess you were trying to say my gamer tag apparently, but okay.
No, I was just saying just Champ. I was just trying to trying to be clever, but it didn't work out too well.
Fine. Anyway, I'm doing good. I still have one of my legs immobilized right now, so. But on the plus side, I gotta say, I have a newfound appreciation for people who are really into painkillers, because oh my god, is it relaxing!
Dude, I'm telling you.
Did we join like the drug section of Reddit? What's going on here?
Wait, no, this is justified. I recently had to have surgery on my ankle, so I'm allowed to have painkillers.
Yeah, I know you are, but before you know it, Jeff's gonna start bringing in whatever the hell he does in his dark cave.
Listen, no. First of all, you feel really, really good while you're on them. You're just like
you do. I agree.
And hello.
You got to be careful though, because by the time you reach the end of the bottle, you're like, it's empty.
You kind of start salivating a little bit.
You're like, shit.
No, well, the thing I hear is like the real bad thing is if like you mix a lot of alcohol with it.
Yeah.
Like, you should not be drinking as much if you're on painkillers.
Well, you should have like 1 or 2 drinks and go and have a crazy, wacky, fun night. Actually, I don't condone that, System Wars. Don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do that, System Wars.
Like, no.
Don't speedball. Don't do heroin. Winners don't do drugs.
Well,
Who else do we have tonight, Roika?
Well, what's?
Go ahead, Animal.
Hey, no, here's my question: Who's the second person from Endless?
We have. Wait, I forgot his name. Shit, I don't talk to him anymore. Blabadon.
What?
Hi guys.
Blabadon,
Hi.
how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
I forgot his name for a
Mike
second.
sounds awesome tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're not on
PlayStation
your
Gold.
Vita.
You should edit his Skype name and put in parentheses. That's what I do, because I can't. I put their System Wars name.
It's fine.
I got so many users like, who the fuck is Mr. Teaker? It's like I can't remember.
I don't know. Mr. Teaker, you bought a Wii U, didn't you?
I'm sure
I did, yeah. I'm setting that shit up right now.
Yo, my Wii U is a piece of shit. Fuck everything on that console except for Bayonetta 2. That game is the fucking tits.
And Smash Bros. 3 days, 3 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, midnight sale tonight here.
I'm waiting. Wait, Smash Bros. Is tomorrow. That's right.
What did it score yet? Anything or no?
No, this looks like the site's fucked up for me.
94 Metacritic.
Are they like the Fugazi ones? Or are they like the fake reviews that people write just to get hits?
Some.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Destructoid's the one I noticed the best. It was 9.5.
Joystick gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
It looks like
it's
it's
sitting
gonna
at
be
a 94. It's sitting at a 94 with 15
like,
reviews.
There's no doubting the Wii U has had a good year, but is it I don't want to sit I played Smash Brothers when I was like 13, 14 with friends. Like I'm not gonna sit here in my basement eating a mini pizza, feeling sorry for myself, going, man, I can't wait to get home and play Smash Brothers with a bunch of lunatics.
See, people say the Wii U had a good year, but it comes back to the thing me and Aroika love pointing out, but where apparently me and Aroika are haters when we point this out, is that the Wii U's only having a good year in terms of exclusives. Otherwise, it still misses out on 90% of games.
Everything. It misses out almost everything.
It still didn't get Velocity 2X. It didn't get Wolfenstein. Didn't get Evil Within. Alien Isolation. It didn't get
Shadow of
Metal Gear.
Mordor.
Didn't get the
Shadow of Mordor.
Didn't get
Super
Far Cry.
Time
Grand Theft Auto port. Those came to new consoles.
Yeah.
Already.
That makes me I like the Wii U. It's fundamentally a cool system. Like being able to lay in my bed and play games, like full games on that little screen, just relaxing. But at the same time, how much can I play? I don't know about you guys, but I can't sit there and play Mario Kart for hours on end. Those games to me, call it nostalgia, but those are games I played up. I grew up playing, with people invited over my house, or drinking beers, or, throwing the controller in somebody's face. And I literally got punched in the face for winning a Super Smash Brothers game once.
So it's more of a casual, they're more casual party type games for you.
That's how I grew up, and that's how I see those games. Are you, would any of you sit and play a round of Mario Kart with bots or Mario Party for that matter?
No.
Not Mario Party,
Mario
but I do that Mario
God,
Kart.
I'd rather put
No, but if the online stuff on the Wii U was better, there were I still don't know how people communicate to each other on this. Do they speak to that stupid gamepad or something?
Yeah, the gamepad has
That's
a
every
mic.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It does? I didn't even think there was voice chat on the Wii U.
They do have headsets that you plug into the gamepad, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's pedestrian, right? When you compare it to the other online systems, because even forget just comparing it to PC, because that's not even an argument. But the Xbox One came with a headset, and there's a party system.
The PS4 even came with a shitty one.
Yeah, but or you could buy different USB headsets that work for those things. I don't want to I might be speaking from a place of ignorance, but can you even use USB headsets on the Wii U?
Let me look that up.
I mean, you should probably Google that, but my impression is you can't. And that's one part of it. And then the other part of it is, the thing with my thing with Mario Kart is just how. I mean, if you would have a hard time convincing me that so much of that franchise has changed between Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 8 and the Wii. And yeah, visually it's better, there's online, but fundamentally
Charizard would claim that it's evolved beyond all recognition.
Yeah, and then if we want to be elitist about this, Mario Kart is socialism, the video game. Any game that has rubber band AI or all these tools that take away from the fact that
it's true.
It's not about you being good at the game, it's about you getting lucky with items.
Yeah.
I have a hard time putting that over a game like Forza, which is legitimately you get good at this racing game. You have to outlap the other person. You have to out-tinker your car. You have to hit your marks. You know what I mean?
Isn't that where most of Mario Kart's 8 praise came from? Sorry, I sound like a smoker today. My bad.
You sound like Solid Snake. Metal Gear.
Where did
I don't
most
care.
of Mario Kart 8's praise come from?
About it being more of a skill-based Mario Kart as compared to the prior ones where there was so much rubber
when you're
banding
comparing
and
it
I
to
guess.
but when you're comparing it to midgets, like being the tallest midget is not impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like Mario Kart is still that
the
game.
items. I've played quite a bit of it because my daughter likes it, which automatically makes me want to, when I have them, I'll play that with her. But the items are still, like Champ said, it's luck. Nothing's more infuriating when you get 2 to 3, sometimes 4 items put on you when you're in first place.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing more infuriating than being in first place and everyone's getting red shells, but you're getting coins when you already have 10 coins. So you're max.
So there's that point. Charizard was trying to say has gotten better. I haven't noticed it get. I mean, it's gotten better than some past games, but it's still infuriating.
But whatever. That's at least a kart racing game. Like at least Smash Brothers is a fundamentally, at least Melee was a fundamentally good fighting game. Like
the Champ, I'm gonna ask you because and John too, or sorry, Animal, whatever.
You can
since
call
you guys
me,
are
just call me
fighter
fuckface Magoo.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Seriously, call him fuckface for the rest of the night.
All right, fuckface.
I fuckface.
So since you guys are, the fighter, the elite fighters, which I call like Bayonetta and Devil May Cry and Metal Gear Solid, what do you guys think about people who are saying that Smash or the series is deep combat?
I think so.
It's not.
Oh.
Well, first of all, Bayonetta and Devil May Cry don't really make sense in this argument. They're beat 'em ups.
Yeah, they don't.
Like the more logical one is Street Fighter,
right.
Guilty
Dead or Alive, things like that.
It's kind of like, well, here's the way I put it. It's like it's comparing shooters in a, like you would never compare Halo to Arma, right?
No.
Right.
Like if you want to argue what's the deeper game, it's Arma. It's not like it's laughable to say anything else, right? Does that necessarily make Halo okay, Halo might be a bad example because it's not a PC shooter, but like, all right, let's just use Halo because that's the example. Like, is Halo necessarily shallow? Like, shallower in relation to like the top end of its genre, yes, but like there are systems in place where you can respect the game, right?
No, I'm not saying you should disrespect it, but I've seen comments where
no, that's what I'm trying to say.
It's so deep.
It's like the notion that well, I'm trying to get to it, but the notion that Super Smash Brothers is deep necessarily is wrong in the sense that like when you compare it to better fighting games, like the true great fighting games, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Virtua Fighter, stuff like that, Smash Brothers doesn't hold a candle like at all.
Go ahead.
But there is depth there. There is a skill ceiling there. There is like legitimately a lot of nuance to that game where like a truly good competitive scene can take advantage of it. But that only happened in Melee, like that one game. Like no one would go to bat for Super Mario 64, Super Smash Bros. 64 for being a deep game, and Brawl was broken.
Can I interrupt real quick? I feel like we've gotten so far away, but you can and you can't use a USB mic with a Wii U. Audio routing is not standard, and it's on a per game basis, which means some USB headsets will work with some games while others won't. And you'll need to plug the 3.5-inch jack into the gamepad.
It's weird.
So Nintendo is still stuck with the system from the Dreamcast era.
So Champ, are you buying it?
Smash Brothers, yes. No, I'm interested in that game.
Yeah,
John?
I'm buying it because I need something. I've beat Bayonetta 2, and my Wii U is just kind of sitting out before I put it back in the cabinet, like the shame cabinet.
Buying it?
I'll probably
my
play.
Wii U's getting set up right now. I got Bayo, Smash, and Super Mario 3D World.
Just
and then,
wait, just wait.
If we're comparing Super Smash Brothers depth to Bayonetta 2 depth, it's not
But
no.
you can't.
I will
like
bet
you said,
against...
you can't compare them. They're beat 'em ups. Like one's a beat 'em up, one's like a fighting game light.
Yeah.
In my.
Well, I mean, I was just getting to the point. I don't think the skill set, because the list of moves that each character has in Smash is very limited.
Isn't it the same button prompts too for each character? Isn't that one of the draws of the game is that it's accessible because every character actually executes the same moves, albeit they're different looking or have different effects.
It's same buttons, different moves.
That's what I mean. It's the same button combinations.
Yeah, for every character
with a different effect on. Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Can you
might throw a fireball, the other might throw a knife or something.
Can you imagine like a hardcore Smash player just listening to this part of the podcast and getting infuriated?
Oh
like,
my God.
oh, I want to talk about Smash.
Here's the thing, though. None of them would disagree with the fact that Melee is the one that's the legit. Like, the hardcore Smash players buried Brawl. They didn't like.
No. I'm talking about how like we're talking about the different movesets and all. Because like it feels like at this point everyone knows what Smash is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Smash,
whatever.
Yeah.
The only fighting game I really like.
Peaked at Melee and then it's going downhill. Not
but
downhill
like
too bad.
the part where Bayonetta has more moves makes sense in the single player department because Bayonetta is about showing off, right? So you want to be a bit overpowered. In a fighting game, like the real depth comes from you both have these like moves at your disposal. This matchup, right? Like your character versus their character, and how you use that, right? Like how you play mind games with each other, how you set each other up. Like that's where the depth in a fighting game really comes from. Like if it was just mashing buttons and knowing combos, then you get what I'm saying? Like there really wouldn't be a lot of skill to it. You'd just be mindlessly mashing buttons. But
well, I guess I'm Shadow because I'm way looking more forward to the new Mortal Kombat than I am Smash Brothers.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, and they're. I think we've established they're kind of, in a way, I feel like going for different things too. I mean, you know,
I know.
I feel like Smash is more about that. Yeah, that four. Is this new one gonna be 4-player? Or is it more?
Yeah, 4 players.
8 players. 8 players.
8
online?
players. Okay.
No, not online. But
all right, so 8-player local, 4-player online. Like, you know,
Nintendo needs to work out getting more than one person online first, and then we can talk about. Players.
Then that's my curiosity with Nintendo now. We kind of had this discussion a couple weeks ago with KW, where games they have their what do you call them?
Their review embargo.
The embargo. They have the embargoes. So what happens? I know Sony does this. They don't. If you buy a game from at least PSN, the game doesn't go up until it's released in Pacific time. So that's 3 a.m. It's kind of crazy. So it makes me curious if I preloaded Smash on my Wii U right now. Can I have access to it at midnight or 3 a.m.?
I think it's midnight for Eastern.
I know every company's different, but it's so bizarre that Sony does it at 3 a.m. Whereas Steam hits a switch, and within 10 minutes of midnight, you're like, okay, I'm ready to play. Like, this is fucking awesome. That's why I'm starting to stay away from the digital stuff. Though I fucked that up. I
my
bought Dragon
opinion
Age.
is that the consoles aren't that legit as far as doing digital stuff yet. Like, I'm still more willing to buy hard copies of retail.
Me too, Champ. There's no financial reason to go digital at this point.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not
They
true.
have to,
Not true. But
what?
you have to be on like sites like Cheap Ass Gamer, and then you'll know the digital
but
benefits.
To me, like Steam,
no way, not for
biggest
new games,
reason.
yeah, no way.
Yeah, the biggest reason Steam won is because A, the sales are so good. B, there's just such a unified nature to it all. Like everything just works the way you want it to work. Like other than the stupid DRM. Whatever.
Well, the only reason I bought Dragon Age digitally this week, and Eureka can vouch for me, is I got $400 worth of Amazon gift cards. So it was like, do I spend, like, just punch in your 2 Amazon gift cards and get Dragon Age for basically $15, you know? Like, it's...
Animal. My birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
How about you go outside and step on the curb? I'll be right out.
Oh, jeez. He's in a good mood. Yeah, I don't know. Back to the digital versus physical. I kind of said as the gen started that I was going to attempt to go more digital, and I find myself still going to the store to buy the games. So I agree with Heil in that respect. That there's still no reason to own it solely digital. I mean, I could trade it with friends still, and
but now with share play, it's kind of like
that's true.
That's a feature that works very well. But anyways, I'll give you some on Steam, Blab. If you stop changing your fucking name.
So that's the big game that's coming out for the Wii U. That's tonight, so we'll have to have a show on that in the future. Maybe try to get.
What is that? That's the last big release of the year.
Maybe we get Oreo Milkshake back on.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't think it's the last big game of the year because I still think Guilty Gear for the PS4 and PS3 should be considered in that category, considering how good that franchise has been. But
You
that
hear a
game will
lot
go
about
way
it.
up the radar.
Also, Omega Ruby and Alpha
Oh, yeah,
Sapphire,
those come
whatever
out
their names
tomorrow.
are, they're coming
Pokemon
out.
games, yeah.
Yeah.
I have not played 1 minute of any Pokemon game.
Nor have I.
Kyle, you keep telling us this, and we keep telling you the same answer. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Kyle, wait. You've never played a round of Pokemon ever?
I have not.
Have you
I
played
have
with
no
Pokemon?
idea.
Honestly, I'm jealous.
Really?
Kyle, have you played with Pokemon?
Hey, see, that's a different answer, Blad, so I win, huh?
He didn't hear me. Forget it.
I was 17 when Pokemon came out. I just wasn't interested.
Wait, how were you 17 when Pokemon came out?
What year did it come out?
It came
1998.
Oh, cool, 98. So I was in my second year of college. That's neat.
You were 17 in your second year of college?
So I was 19.
Okay, yeah, because you're almost 10 years older than me. I was 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just it was one of those things I looked at and I'm like, look at that children's toy. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing against. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah, fuck you. Thanks for being
I'm
concerned to my feelings.
Hey, listen. The single player Pokemon has never been above a children's game.
No, it's like a hardcore RPG.
Yeah, when you play it online, but you have to do like all this work to play it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even understand the concept. My kids at school every once in a while try to explain it to me, and I'm like,
It's more of a link thing. Like the first time you do it, and granted, when you were 19, it probably means nothing to you. But like the first time you go through like so and so region with like your so and so team, like that's just a connection that's built. You know, like for a lot of people, it's literally their first RPG. You know.
Yeah.
And when you're on your
RPG, it's big. I feel like I missed the boat on it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, right? I started off with Ruby. And the main reason in that, it's blasted because there's so much water in it. But I love the water aspect of it because there was so much there was that exploration aspect there. So like that's what I enjoy. Like the campaigns themselves, they're easy as shit. They're middling in terms of anything else. The story will make you want to kill yourself, but beyond that, it's the exploration that makes you want to do it.
My nephew just recently got into Pokemon in the most annoying way possible.
How old is he?
He is 7.
Oh, okay.
So
did
he is running around with
a...
He's what?
Did he start with X and Y?
He's been playing my version of Pokemon, my X.
I'm so sorry. Go on.
Yeah. No. I mean, he will... Initially, he would ask me to borrow my 3DS, and he'd ask, and I'd give it to him, and yada, yada, yada. I mean, he comes and picks it up. Doesn't even ask. And it took me a week to realize... he hasn't even returned it in the last 4 days. I'm like, okay.
It's his
my
now.
sister. Yeah, no, my sister's like, what did you give him? He won't get off that stupid game. I'm like, my bad.
Pokemon X is the only one I sold in the entire series and I have no regrets doing so.
I think I got, what was it? X was the new one, last year's version?
X and Y, yeah.
I got X for free because I got that. I got some Wii Nintendo credit, and I bought Fire Emblem and Shin Megami. They're like, here's $20 or $30 or whatever it was, or a free game of your choice.
Yeah, you beat that, right?
That game is so there's something baffling to me about the Shin Megami games, except for Persona 4 Golden. Like Persona 4 Golden is very, I feel, cut and dry, whereas all the other games, they just throw all their advanced mechanics in, and they're like, fuck it. People will figure it out.
I kind of like that about that series, but I get what you're saying.
I do like it. Like, I do like the adventure of finding something out, but it's so bizarre. You're just like,
That's because, those games have shitty balance sometimes, and they have boss fights that are complete and utter crap. The first or second boss in that game is just completely cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's the Minotaur. It's like that big Minotaur, and you're like, I can't fucking beat it.
Oh, you mean the Minotaur in Nocturne?
No, I'm talking about the Minotaur in Tensei when you're in the cave.
Right before you leave the first area, and then you go to the interesting part of the game.
Yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei 4 was a better Pokemon game. It was the best Pokemon game that came out last year.
Yeah, it was.
I said that. It was a better Pokemon game than X and Y.
It's a good game, but it's totally it's totally neutered from the game that came before it. Like
it wastes all its potential. That's what it does. Everything it builds up, it's like it's not gonna finish on it.
What was the game before it? What was it like?
Nocturne.
Nocturne.
Yeah, well, they took out one specific stat and then made
defense.
A certain statistic in Shin Megami Tensei 4 the end all be all, which I think that totally can ruin an RPG.
They took out defense, and for like in layman's term, when you don't have defense, it's kind of hard to make a excellent RPG because defense is an important stat.
I played a Digital Devil Saga. I got to play Nocturne.
Nocturne is amazing. Has a good game.
That's what I've heard. Like I've only heard good things about it. Is it on PSN? Do they have Nocturne on PSN?
Nocturne's on PSN.
Oh, it is.
It is. Yeah.
Oh.
It always goes on sale for $8. Eroica looks so confused right now.
I actually just started playing my first Persona game like 3 months ago.
Which one?
Four golden
on Vita.
Okay, don't listen to people and play 3. 3 sucks.
Yeah, the game's. I mean, I love the presentation. The music is gorgeous. It's so catchy. I love it.
People have this argument. They're like, do I play Persona 3 FES or do I play Persona 3 Portable? And the answer is you don't play Persona 3 because you're a good person. Persona 3 is a piece of shit.
Persona 4's ending is entirely jacking from fucking Persona 3.
I give half a fuck.
Don't say anything. I haven't beaten it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Persona 4 it has 2 endings, and the second to best ending with what's considered is actually I think better than the actual ending.
That's
because like it has resonance, whereas the true ending like it extends that ending, and then you're like, oh well, that just ruined the kind of resonating feels that you got going there.
That makes me like Persona 5 is going to be the Persona 4 and 3 crews getting together, right?
No, that's Persona Q. That game is coming out soon.
Oh, okay.
Persona Q just got an 8.5 on IGN. For anyone who doesn't know, it's Entry and Odyssey with Persona skinned on top.
Now I'm confused.
Is Persona 5 a whole new cast of characters?
Yeah.
Is Teddy back at least?
No, I don't think anyone's coming back. Heroic Entry and Odyssey is this dungeon crawler game where you explore in first person, right? It's on handhelds, and the point is, it's usually on the DS and 3DS, and the point is, you on the top screen you explore, on the bottom screen you draw a map, right?
Okay.
So they're like, how do we get more money out of this shit? Oh, people like Persona, so they put Persona skins on top of Entry and Odyssey.
I gotcha. Okay.
That's Persona Q.
Jesus.
I just want to inject Persona 4 into my veins. Maybe you could tell me where I'm at. I'm up to Naruto. I'm up to his.
You are 60 to 70% of the way through.
I feel like I'm getting so close. Like that game is so good though. Like 40 hours, and it's just like,
There's this point the game literally goes, you're about to go off the deep end. Do you want to save right now? And you go, yes, I want to save right now because, like, you have to answer these question sets. If you fuck up anything, you get like bad endings and all this.
Well,
wow.
I've been a little bit of a cheat. I've used the test guide. Use the test guide. Your social ranks don't affect the ending, right?
No, they don't.
Figure it out for yourself.
What?
Yeah, figure it out. Figure it out.
That's true.
Fuck it up.
Stop
play
talking
the
to
game
me.
over again.
Stop talking to me, fuckface.
Fuckface.
Well, it's okay.
The one thing I didn't care for, and maybe it's just because it's so new and I'm not playing the game entirely correct, is that I don't like to be rushed in my RPGs, and I think I played like the first 15 days and just went around and explored things and looked at shit and studied and did all the other stuff, made noodles and shit, and then and then all of a sudden it's like, you better hurry the fuck up or the game's gonna be over. You got to kill someone in a dungeon, and I'm like, are you rushing me? Is this fucking Tiang from Lost Planet?
You know how you know you're really into Persona 4 Golden? When you're taking a shower and then the everyday is what does it go, Animal? Every day's your day at Junes, whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
Whenever the Junes ringle starts going through your head, you know you've been playing too much.
Yep. It's a killer game. Like I mean, Char is the one that really seeked me out and was like, you got to play this game, and I was like, all right, I picked it up. I think I got it for like $15 or something.
Motherfucker needs to shut up about it.
Well, I mean, that's cool, man. I like when people are jazzed about games, and like, so I played it and I'm like, this is about as tight of a JRPG as I've played in a very long time. So I mean, props to that. I go what?
I bought Freedom Wars.
Hey, that got a good review today on GameSpot.
What did it get?
Got an 8.
Really?
Yeah, AAE, suck it, 3DS fans.
It's fucking yo. Freedom Wars is weird as shit. Like,
yeah,
I like Japanese stuff, but this is like we're gonna have tentacles coming out of your butt by the end of this game. Weird. Like.
Can we talk about something? That reminds me. I always have this opinion.
Wait, it reminds you of the time you had tentacles come out of your butt?
Yeah, that didn't happen to you?
No, not yet. I haven't played Freedom Wars that much.
Puberty hit us in different ways, man.
Oh god.
What do you call it? As you know, a lot of the people, they say that Nintendo's first party is pretty. They're running. They rehash. They're creatively deprived and everything.
Yeah.
I think Sony Japan Studios, which is one of like Sony's first party studios, they don't get enough credit for the amount of variety they actually do. Like, if you look at the amount of like different games they've had, they made Gravity Rush, which was this open world game where you fucking float around.
Fantastic.
They made Freedom Wars, which is like 8-player co-op. It's granted that's a little more derivative with its Monster Hunter roots. They made fucking Patapon. Patapon, you literally control an army using drum beats and shit.
Patapon was level 5.
No, it was Sony Japan Studios.
It was level 5.
Okay, you're gonna ruin my narrative here, so fuck you.
Patapon developers were you're right. No, it was
Pyramid
and
Champ.
Sony Japan Studio.
Yeah, fight
exactly.
Champ.
So Sony Japan Studios does not get enough credit for how varied games it makes. Granted, it made some giant eggs. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It made Lair or some other studio.
Lair was Factor 5.
Yeah, Lair was Factor 5. They went out of business. But Sony Japan Studios, like, they are more creative than Nintendo is, in my opinion, when it comes to just pure game ideas, and I don't think they get enough credit for that. Mainly because Sony has fucking Uncharted and everything else like hanging over them. Those are its big hitters and everything.
I mean, that's one thing. The other argument is that it goes back to, hey, it's great that you came up with an original idea, but if the gameplay isn't that good, who gives a fuck?
They also
because with all due respect to some of those games for being like Puppeteer is not a good platformer.
No, Puppeteer is a garbage game. Here, let's look at it. They've had.
I was about to say I kind of enjoy Puppeteer. They also made Soul Sacrifice, Rain, Tokyo Jungle.
Destiny of Spirits isn't really like Soul Sacrifice. Looks like poor man's Monster Hunter.
Soul Sacrifice was the Mega Man dude. Was it? Oh, it was okay.
Yeah, but he did it with SE Japan.
Yeah, I mean, well, in that case, the best game of all time from SE Japan.
Yeah,
Shadow
of the Colossus, right? And like, what has that studio done?
I don't consider that. Would you consider Demon Souls like Sony Japan Studios?
No, because that's from Software.
But I'm talking about like pure Sony Japan. Yeah, pure Sony Japan Studios, like mostly them. It's like Loco Roco, which is one of the best platformers of the last generation. Like Rogue Galaxy, Ape Escape. These all came from Sony Japan Studios.
There's only one game that matters from Japan Studios.
Sony Japan
Studios. Legend of Dragoon.
Yes,
suck it.
Me and Hyler sit back like I have never even fucking played that game.
Do not give enough credit for the amount of shit they've actually made. The good shit, not the bad shit. Because no one really cared about Echo Chrome.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. But like, you know.
It is what it is.
Again, but it's sort of like, it comes back to the same reason why, as creatively deprived as Nintendo is, you would think by now they would not be the undisputed greatest first party of whatever, but it's like, you'd have a long day trying to argue against them. Because their franchise is still, because Nintendo can still make good games on a fundamental level.
When will that end, though? Because it seems like the last good Zelda was A Link Between Worlds. It seems like Skyward Sword was kind of.
So last year's Zelda was the last good Zelda.
Was it?
Yeah, it was last year.
Link Between Worlds was badass.
Game of the year 2013.
No,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like Link Between Worlds was a really good Zelda game. I'm talking about like mainline Zelda, like the ones they're really trying to push on their consoles, not their handhelds. Because Nintendo's proved they can make a really good handheld Zelda, but like the console stuff has been kind of like, it's been kind of like, status quo.
I think it's a matter of perspective, but like, Nintendo eventually needs to finally flex their creative muscle a bit. But like, certain things hold up every year and every generation. That is good. Like it's like sports. Like baseball still comes down to pitching, playing good defense. Football still comes to run the ball, control the clock, play defense. Likewise, video games still come down to you make good gameplay with good level design, people will enjoy your game. Like a story and all that stuff is fine, but if you connect a good story to a game that's middling, then you created a middling game. You know what I'm saying?
How did you feel about Skyward Sword?
Dog shit.
Okay. I'm just curious. I never I played like the first 3 hours and I was like,
Pikmin Maniac said it was great, so it has to be great.
I mean, first of all, that guy's posts give me cancer, and second of all,
only cancer.
Only cancer. Like that game has excellent dungeon. Like there are moments of brilliance in that game where you just go, no, of course Nintendo made this. It's excellent. You can see it. The problem is that game wastes your time with one fetch quest after another. That after a while you're just sick of the game's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like people like to act like, and this comes to like, I'm big on saying gameplay per square inch should not be valued as much as it does. Like, don't tell me a game is 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours as if that's a positive. Because there is such a thing as a game being way longer than it has any business being.
Oh, Dragon Age Origins. One of those.
No, like, the Fade didn't need to be in that game. It was a better game if the Fade never happened.
Fuck the Fade.
I don't think one person in the world likes the Fade. Like, to the point, there's literally a mod that completely skips the Fade. No one likes the Fade. The person who made the Fade didn't like the Fade. The Fade doesn't like the Fade. Who likes the Fade?
Fade sucked.
You know what I mean? Like, good pacing is when you can play that game start to finish and, like, you never felt like your time was wasted. And if the game is truly great, you'll replay the game. Like, how many people have replayed Link to the Past in their lifetime?
I don't know.
That's how good that game was.
Never played Link to the Past.
Well, whatever. I'm saying, I'm sure you've replayed some games you think are great.
No, I know your point. I'm just,
Resident Evil 4.
Oh my god, like 20 times.
Yeah, and do you ever feel like Resident Evil 4 wasted your time at any point in that game?
Champ, you really asking that question?
Right, I know.
You're asking that question.
Both of us are of the opinion that's the greatest game of all time.
I've never thought Resident Evil 4. I don't think. I know you'll disagree with me. Aside from the post-4 era, every time I go back and play Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, or 4, like I never have. But I'm a super fan of the series, so I can understand Code Veronica a little bit. But like 1, 2, and 3, I could play endlessly because those games, I feel like they have, maybe aside from 1, 2, and 3 have pretty decent pacing, and 1 and Code Veronica are kind of like, ugh.
Well, 1 has that awesome remake.
Well, I know. I'm so excited for the remake of the remake in February of next year.
You mean the remake of the remake of the remake of the remake?
Yeah, the remake of the remake of the remake of the remake. Yeah. That GameCube version is fantastic, though.
No.
I'm absolutely going to buy it on PS4 when it comes out. But yeah,
I remember when this podcast was going to be about broken games, though.
Yeah, I know. I want to talk about them.
Eureka's here to talk about them. We kind of had the discussion,
talk about them. Just kind of see. Like Heil and I have been arguing for a week, a little bit. Animal and I have been arguing a little bit. But
you and I haven't been arguing.
You know what? Not really arguing, but he's been basically calling me grumpy. He's been saying that I'm overreacting.
Because when you can't handle the fact, Champ, I told this motherfucker at Comic-Con that Shadow of Mordor was the best Assassin's Creed game this year. He said Unity was going to be a step in the right direction, and ever since he fucking bought it, he's been bitching like a fucking...
I bought an incompetent product.
Did you actually call that?
Yeah, I called that. I told him while we were at Comic-Con, I said Unity is going to be no good.
No, not that. Anyone could have predicted that. I'm talking about Shadow of Mordor.
Well, we talked about Shadow of Mordor. I think we had a few loose conversations about Mordor where I just said, "Listen, if I'm going to get one, I'm going to get Assassin's Creed. I'm going to see what they do with it." And then he's like, "No, Mordor is going to be better." And you know what? Animal got me Shadow of Mordor for my birthday this year. Very nice gift. And
what about the headset? Please don't undersell it.
wireless PlayStation headset. Very nice gift. But in all honesty, Shadow of Mordor is fucking the better game. It's the better game.
Boom.
It is, man. The combat is delicious, man. I just want to play it nonstop and never stop killing things. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Creed, like I've hit my groove with Creed, where like I get what it is. It's not a revolutionary. I'm upset for several different things about Creed, and I know that's not the overall scope of what we want to talk about. But like, if I'm just speaking about Creed, my disappointment with it is that I think for me, I've kind of hit the wall with the series. I used to get excited to, and I know this is going to sound lame, and Champ's going to think less of me, but I used to get excited to like kind of see what was going to happen with the Abstergo shit in the beginning, and like how, you know, Desmond was going to tie into Ezio and how everything was going to shake out. And like, I know the story's lame, but the story now is like, it's almost like one whole like section of Assassin's Creed has been like completely lopped off, and they don't even care. Right now they're just setting like a backdrop, and I bet if you could go back and ask the developers if they could just lop off the whole future thing altogether, I bet they would. I bet they'd just be like, fuck it, it just gets in the way. We're not telling anything compelling through it. So, I don't know. As far as the game's performance, though, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, there were, you know, the first couple hours of that game, I hit points. The point where you enter in the little chapel, and I'm not going to, you know, go too much into that. I know the game just came out, but very soon into the game, you go into a chapel in a church, and you've got to access like the Assassin's Temple. And the frame rate was so bad that I actually could not. I had to shut the game off because it would stutter down into the single digits or freeze and lock up for over a second at a time before it would start to catch up with itself. And I know there's issues, I know there's fixes and all that shit, but getting back into the main body of what we wanted to talk about tonight, like, I don't understand why I need to be a fucking apologist for a publisher or a developer that sees fit to release a game that they know is broken, which they are putting out
so sad
willfully, knowing that they're doing it to cover their own asses when they're the ones that didn't make the competent product, and the kid or the grown man like Heil is standing in the fucking cold at midnight waiting to buy their brand new game.
Oh shit, burn.
No, I'm not burning Heil. Heil's the guy that does that. He loves doing that shit, and I applaud him for it. I mean, that's the fucking hobby's a blast. But like, he's waiting out at midnight. He's gonna get home that next morning, and knowing that Ubisoft cared more about their own fucking pocketbook than and owing up to the fact that they didn't put out a fucking competent product with these huge marketing campaigns, and ultimately he's gonna go home and be one of the early adopters who plays the shittiest version of that game.
I guess I'm gonna argue that, you know, Jeff must be on the 9 to 10 only play scale, so he's the snickety gamer of games. So
I could care less. Numerical.
I love fucking 7. I mean, I'm on sequence 5 on it. I didn't have that slowed down in mine for some reason, but I'm still having fun with it. Plus, they released Far Cry and Watch Dogs all in the same year. With top devs of 214.
Yeah, they released two. They released two
Three.
Well, they released. Wait, let me finish. They released like 2.5 turds. Like Far Cry 4 is, I think it's the game Far Cry 3 wanted to be, and I think it's the best game they've released this year. I think Watch Dogs. I enjoyed Watch Dogs for what it was. I understand why people don't like it. I'm not gonna get into that again. Please let us not get into that. I enjoy Watch Dogs for what it is, but like, and you know, I've talked with Eureka, like, Unity is my favorite game since Brotherhood. And Dylan goes, shut the fuck up. And I was like, no. It's a shame because the systems they put in place, like how everything's just tied down to a single menu, like the new movement system I kind of enjoy, you know, despite its hiccups. And it's a shame. Like, I think this could have been one of the best Assassin's Creeds since Brotherhood, and they went and they fucked it up. With technicalities.
Flag before this, so this is only my second game. So,
Champ, I want to hear what Champ's got to say, because Champ started actually a mega thread in System Wars, and reading it was like the 10 Commandments of my whole point, man. It was a beautifully written thread, Champ, and
no one read it.
No, everybody did.
Hey, whoa!
No one read it.
They probably didn't read the OP though.
I happened to read it at a time too where Heil and I were at each other's throat, and he's like, "Fuck you, you're not gonna buy it unless it's a BioWare game," and I'm like, "Fuck you, I won't buy Mass Effect 4 day one." If video games stretch to the point where Mass Effect 4,
that's horse shit. You showed me a Garrus watch.
I don't.
You showed me a Garrus watch. You were gonna so buy it. You showed me a Garrus Snuggie.
Wait, I think this is I think this question sort of has like multiple areas that need to be talked about. Like, so I'm not gonna act like I've never enjoyed a game that's launched with technical
hiccups
issues.
or bugs or.
I love Shadow of Chernobyl. Stalker is, in my opinion, one of the greatest first-person shooters ever created, and I really like Fallout New Vegas. Like, if that game launched broken, I still would have forced myself to play it because that gameplay I'm really into. That said, what I made that thread about is this like weird, because it wasn't just, it'd be one thing if it was just on the internet. Like, the internet has stupid people, right? Like, I think we can all agree. Sometimes people say things that just make you go, but like, I was listening to the Giant Bombcast and I love them, but Brad Shoemaker, and he's awesome usually, was honestly saying like, I feel bad for the developers in the case of Master Chief Collection, right? And Jeff, this is what like always makes me love Jeff Gerstmann, is that he's very old school in this regard, where he just said, no, fuck you. What do you mean poor developers? They made a game that's a hot mess. Like, you should feel bad for the guy, because he pointed out, like, we're here to service the consumer, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, they should be looking at it from the point of our wallets. And sure. I asked my thread, the people reading it, like, stop looking at it like, oh, man, the poor developers work for their family and all that shit. Because, like, you work hard for your money. Like, whatever, I haven't worked in a while because of my leg. But, like, you guys are going to tell me you guys, like, take your money for granted right now? Because I don't think you guys do. Like, you worked your ass off all week to earn it. Like, when you get your free time to play a game, it is really annoying to have spent your money on a broken product. And that's my problem, is this mentality we've created where we're going to apologize for broken products. Because, like, if you bought a DVD, right, and it would not play your movie, you would bitch to the highest of fucking heavens. You would go to Best Buy and be like, listen, Brave Little Toaster is not working. Please give me my fucking money back, right?
Right.
Because Brave Little Toaster is an awesome movie. Anyway, and you would be mad, but, like, you pay twice as much for a game sometimes. Like, Blu-rays and DVDs are, like, what, $30?
I don't buy them. Yeah, they're normally $24.
Whatever, let's say they're $30, but you pay twice as much, but a patch will fix it. Like, that mentality is poisonous, in my opinion, because Bayonetta 2 launched not broken, right?
Right.
Did it not? Destiny launched not broken. Bad game, but it launched not broken.
Yep.
Resident Evil 6, bad game, but it launched not broken. Shadow of Mordor did not launch broken.
Not a hiccup in that game. God, and
Alien Isolation did not launch broken. Like, it's like all of a sudden we're forgetting that competition is a thing, and if your competitors are releasing games that aren't broken, then you must live up to that bar at this point. And a patch will fix it is not a good argument. The fact that a patch will fix it means that the review should take that in mind is, in my opinion, another poisonous opinion, because are they charging you $60 when the game is fixed, or are they charging you $60 right now when the game is broken?
Right.
Champ,
so review that.
I actually have a question for you that I've been meaning to ask.
What?
About this topic. It literally just slipped my mind.
Do you want a minute?
Yeah.
Well,
I got
argue with Gilligan too. He was saying about how Far Cry is bad.
So
Far Cry is good. Online is good. I played 2 hours last night.
I remember my question. I was talking about this on the forums, and it's just like, you're right. Like, all of us here, I know Eroica, I know Heil, like, I know myself, like, we value our hard-earned money. Like, I'm gonna sound like a fucking cheapskate, but, like, I go to, like Blab said, I go to Cheap Ass Gamer all the time to find the best deals I can, so I can buy,
I'm there right
like, to game the system so I can play as many games as I want at as cheap a price as I can. That being said, I understand games should not be released broken in hopes that you're paying $60 for a product. Looking at you, Unity and Master Chief Collection. that 6 months from now or 3 months from now or 2 weeks even from release that a game will be fixed.
Can we actually separate the two? Because I would argue Unity falls into the category of busted, but it works. Master Chief Collection, at least the online multiplayer, is straight up broken in spots. That game crashes.
Okay. That being said, I said a comment like, listen, regardless, this is going to sound a little silly, but like people should be able to spend their money how they want, and I understand that. And somebody equated that to saying, somebody said to me on System Wars, "Oh, so what? People can buy drugs and prostitution and slaves now?"
That was hilarious.
I looked at him. I was like, "Are you a goddamn lunatic?" Like, listen, like people can spend their money how they want, devious or not, but you can't tell somebody like people shouldn't be able to spend their money if it's legal or not legal, like. No, but that's what that guy said. He's like, people shouldn't be able to spend their money how they want, even if it is legal.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could care less how anybody spends their money. I just care about my own checkbook. You know what I'm saying? So, like, one of the things Heil and I have been talking about, all week was, it's mostly about the argument for me is about day one. Like, you know what? I like Assassin's Creed games. Like I said, this one is pretty good, and I might be wearing a little bit thin, as I said earlier, but Assassin's Creed games are fun to play, and like I enjoy getting them when they come out. I'm not willing to, and the thing that Heil and I were having some dissonance about was just that he's more of a day one guy, and I told him, I'm like, you know what, for me, I think the wise decision is to wait at least a couple weeks before you get a new release. Like, I got so many fucking games to play, dude, that I'm like partially in or halfway through or 3/4 done. Like, I don't need to rush out and get the third Ubisoft game in a fucking week. Do you know what I'm saying? So, or however many they release. But at the end of the day, for me, it's that I would never tell someone how to spend their money, but I think that people should be more observant in the hobby and help guide, I guess, their expectations for what they want the hobby to be through their own purchases, and to show that, I'm going to buy Far Cry. I'm going to buy the next Ubisoft game, but if it's decent, I like it. But I'm sure as fuck not going to buy any game right off the bat if the trend that's being set in Gen 8 is that games might not come out finished. And I'll wait. I'll listen to word of mouth. I'll read the forums. I'll read, what professional reviewers or whatever are saying about these games. And if they are broken, like Heil told me today, he goes, Dragon Age is, I guess there was an article on GameSpot. I still haven't read it, but Dragon Age apparently has game-breaking bugs all throughout it. And I wrote back to him, thanks a lot. Now I know not to buy it for a few more weeks. Not going to buy something and have an experience with it at top dollar when I know it's going to be less than what it's going to be in a couple of weeks from then.
That's why you should be buying Far Cry. So we'll play this weekend. So when you get it tomorrow,
we'll fight it out.
So
just take your tampons out and fight it out.
Once bitten, twice shy, man. Watch Dogs almost fucking sterilized me from video games. That game
it didn't. Please, you know how much
that game sucks.
You know how much you fucking talked to me about Rogue Legacy this summer. I was on a road trip, and you
so
were
much better than Spelunky Blab.
You were talking to me about video games.
Just because there's a low skill floor for that game as compared to Spelunky.
I've actually been playing Spelunky on the Vita, and it's pretty legit.
I'm in a Spelunky tournament right now.
Are you?
Well, let's talk about the next one. Champ has some experience with this one. The Halo Master Chief Collection, AAA unlock, only to sub A flop. So, what do you think about dropping it 2 points or whatever, Champ, because of the multiplayer?
I'm of the opinion that Halo hasn't had a good campaign since 2001, so figure out why I play Halo. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you go into, like, it's hard to explain to some people. It's like, reviewing a game, it's a matter of, like, what things you're putting all your weight into. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if someone's not a multiplayer gamer, I can totally see why they think Master Chief Collection is amazing. Because they love the Halo campaigns. Bad taste, but whatever, I can accept that. Right? But if you're someone like me who's had a lot of fond memories with Halo's multiplayer and has enjoyed almost all of them, about almost all of them, and then the game doesn't work, like, how is that not frustrating? How, like, you know what I mean? Like, Eroica wasn't even that into Grand Theft Auto Online before, but, like, when that game came out broken, like, he was disappointed, was he not?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah,
They
so,
still
like,
don't fucking have heist.
so, like, I don't, like...
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, well, let's talk about this. Like, Halo 2 specifically. Like, this collection was built in mind to celebrate a decade of that game. Like, let's look at that game from a historical standpoint. That game shaped Xbox Live. How you handle your friends list, how you invite people to games, how you talk to them.
That game shaped 3 consoles online, 3 system companies online, not just Xbox Live.
Well, just Xbox and PlayStation. Nintendo's still in the Dreamcast era. So, but, like, you see what I mean? Like, that's
No, I agree with you, and you can continue, but the only thing that pissed me off is I still can't play fucking co-op. I love co-op, and
no, exactly. And, like, all these, like, the things Halo 2 will always be remembered for is how great the multiplayer was, and then, like, its impact in the medium is the things it did for console online multiplayer. To celebrate that game a decade later by making it broken in specifically the areas that defined it, like specifically the matchmaking, specifically the fact that grouping up with your friends is a pain in the ass. Like, if you back out of a lobby with, like, let's say you have a party of 4, you went to the Halo 2 playlist and then decided you wanted to play Halo 3 because you like bad multiplayer games. You would back out, and then now your party's completely broken up. So you have to re-invite everyone. And sometimes you can't invite them because the game will say, oh, they're in a match already, even though they haven't left the main menu. Sometimes you press the Y button to see how you did the last match, and the game completely crashes.
Yeah, I couldn't get... Like, Kyle and I tried playing
like,
co-op.
When you get into an actual match, it plays beautifully because Halo still plays great in that regard. And at 60 frames, it's a better game. But getting to that point is this giant hassle.
That's something you shouldn't be saying. You shouldn't be saying, when I get to it, it's great. Like, there shouldn't be a barrier.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to qualify it.
Like,
I shouldn't have to qualify it.
No, there should be. And this is something that us and... I forgot his name. I'm going to sound like such a jerk. Who's the other guy?
Seabiscuit?
No, not Seabiscuit. Who's the other guy? Who was on the podcast with us last weekend?
KW?
John.
Oh, not the last.
Last ride. Last ride. That's, you know, we were all talking about this, and we're kind of like, I'm glad it got the score that it got, because games shouldn't be, big named games, especially one as big as Halo, shouldn't be disqualified from a bad score because of some technical issues. Like, they could have said it's a great collection, like when you get into the online it works 8 out of 10. But they really quantified it, and I'm really glad they did. They're like, fuck it, the online's broken, still doesn't work, it's a hassle to get into a match, you can't even play co-op online. 6 out of 10. Boom. I'm so happy about that.
And here's the thing that really needs to be applauded about GameSpot, and I posted this in the Master Chief Collection thread, and specifically Jeff Gerstmann brought this up on Twitter, was that it's kind of shady that people are putting up reviews of that game before the matchmaking even went live. And he had a review copy of that game. He hasn't reviewed it, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like, GameSpot was one of the 1 or 2 only sites that waited till the game was out to the public and reviewed it in the state that we're playing it in. Whereas US Gamer, Eurogamer, Edge, Game Informer, IGN, Game Trailers, all these places essentially... Here's, like... Let's go a bit deeper into this. They didn't finish the game. Because I guarantee you, because the amount of campaign glitches all these reviews have missed lets you know that all these critics went, okay, it's the 4 Halo games. I know exactly my experience with those games. Let me just write flowery shit and call it a day. Because, hey, from a $60 standpoint, 4 games, that's a great deal. Which, okay, here's why you need to do your due diligence, though, is when you get a scenario like Master Chief Collection where there's glitches left, right, and center. Like, if you're reviewing this game, in my opinion, you should have to beat Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Like, that's the job. You know, and someone's going to bitch and moan, oh, you know, they have deadlines. They have deadlines so they can get hits. It's not like you're playing a video game for a living. The least you could do is have some fucking professionalism and, like, I don't know, integrity, and beat the game and review the entire game, not part of a game.
So wait, because this is another thing. We all know, like, Halo, one of its biggest placeholders in history comes from its excellent online. So right now we have another big game coming out tomorrow, which is Smash. We talked about that. That game has, I was going to ask earlier, it has 15 reviews already on Metacritic. So what do you guys think about that? Is it fair because Smash has less of a historical history when it comes to
bullshit.
online?
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's a multiplayer game in the 21st century. Like,
and then what do you think about...
If it's 2014 and it's a multiplayer game, your online better work.
No, I'm talking about, like, what about people reviewing it before? Like, which is strange because IGN, who we said, they're waiting on a review for Super Smash Bros. Until the servers go on tomorrow. A lot of the sites you said for the Master Chief Collection who didn't wait, they're waiting for Smash to go online. So it's a weird double standard. Like, because, I don't know, because Halo had such a big online history, they reviewed it, they said, oh, it's going to be good. They know it's going to be good. Whereas Smash doesn't have an online history. They're like, oh, okay, well, we can review it for what it's single-player party content. Yeah, John, go ahead.
You just can't, you just can't look at nostalgia and say, man, Halo, what a great franchise, and then just say, it's gonna be good. Like, that's unacceptable. Like, you just can't. You can't. And that's one of the things... give me one more. Like, that's one of the things I'm applauding GameSpot for. Like, they waited on Far Cry. They waited on Halo. You know, it seems like they're starting to realize the trend that games are launching either broken or without the online functionalities working. And I respect them a little bit more than I used to because they're just saying, hey, if the online's not going to work, we're going to wait. We're going to sit it through. We're going to see what happens after release day, which is very smart.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's I don't know, that's what I want from the hobby. I want games to be released. I want them to work right. That's all I ask.
So what do you guys think about them? 14 reviews for Smash.
All 14 reviews are null and void.
Yeah,
all 14?
That would make them null and void.
You didn't review the game. You didn't review the game.
Yeah, fair enough.
To me, like,
and those are all on Metacritic, Blab?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Metacritic right now. 94.
I mean, most of them are throwaway websites, but, like, you know,
there's some, like, the one I wouldn't expect was the Jimquisition because Jim Sterling's like a guy who I thought wouldn't do something like this. You know, he would be the guy because he always speaks out against so many things. I thought he wouldn't be the guy who'd review a game before it goes online, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, let's be fair here to those places, like, because, again, conjecture, but, like, it could be a scenario where they've had access to the online of that game, and that's been beautiful for them, so they just, you know, it's a little bit of a blind jump, but...
Yeah, Smash hasn't gone online, so more conjecture. Maybe they want to hit the reviews before the big sites review comes up, because obviously, like, people like me, right? I'm getting Smash tomorrow. I want to see Smash reviews. When IGN's review is going to come out, I'm probably not going to click, let's see, the Jimquisitions or Game Revolution's link. But now there's only 14 reviews. The chances that I hit those links first.
I mean, I kind of agree with you, Rook, and where I don't buy. I mean, he thinks I buy a lot of first day games, and I guess this fall I did, but I bet you it's probably under 10 for all of 2014.
I bought so many games this year.
That on day one, because now I have GameFly, which is nice because I can rent games, and I also I bought a couple off the GameFly store when they drop to the below 20 sale. I get see games like that, so or I pick them up cheap. So having a backlog is very beneficial, and I guess with the co-op of the two games we discussed, Unity and Halo, kind of got burned a little bit. So Far Cry turned out really pleasant.
It worked brilliantly. Heil and I.
And Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive worked well
too.
too.
How they did their multiplayer is kind of unique. So, but yeah, wait a little bit. But I don't think you guys are gonna wait for a day. You're gonna wait to see Super Smash, or you're happy with the '90s.
I mean,
I'm buying Smash day one. And the reviews that I read for the solo content, for the local multiplayer content. I know what I'm getting in that much.
Smash has always seemed to be been a solid series that it's hard to go wrong buying it.
The last Mario Kart got an 8, so.
And an 8 means a great, so.
It does. And that's what I was trying. My other point with Heroica is 7. 7 is a good game. I think the best 360 game is Lost Odyssey.
I think you two just need to duke it fucking out. I see the pins.
It was refreshing. Hyla and I fighting like we did circa 2009 was actually refreshing.
I see the shots
play
fired.
Around Smash.
I see the fire. I see the shots fired across the back.
Let's wrap this up and we'll go through and we'll start with Heroica here. What's the answer to this? Is that longer development times to not release broken games? So are we talking 6 years, maybe?
Without going off too far in a tangent.
That's a little hyperbole.
Yeah.
6 years there, Kyle? Come on.
They said they worked 4 years on Assassin's Creed. How many more years do you think? 5 years then?
Well, with the guy that rumored and came out and said that basically Ubisoft decided on their own checkbook, and granted it's a rumor, but come on. The guy that said that Ubisoft factored more about their pocketbook than the fans themselves. I mean, what do they need? Another 6 months for polish? Another a year for testing? I don't know. The point is this: if you're going to say you're going to make something, and you release it and it's broken, then I'm going to bitch about it. I'm going to stop. You know what I mean? That's what it is for me. Bottom line, I don't care if it's Mass Effect 4. I really don't.
And you know how much we're looking for solutions, Roka. What's the solution?
The solution is
Mass Effect 4 just needs to come out so you can shut your mouth.
No. Yeah, the solution is go buy Axiom Verge and play a game in a couple of months that some guy poured his heart and soul in and is making a game for the people that love video games, as opposed to the guys that just want to line their pockets with the same fucking shit every year.
Maybe Champ can answer this for me. Champ, how did something like Unity pass QA testing for Sony or Microsoft or Ubisoft for that matter?
Sony and Microsoft have QA testing?
Or not QA testing. How did it pass certification?
I mean, it's simple. How much money does Assassin's Creed make every year in November? And then now take that out of November, and how much does that hurt the bottom line? So it's simple as this. Assassin's Creed Unity is busted but playable, so naturally it went through. Likewise, let's be real, the Xbox One Master Chief Collection wasn't aiming to be finished. It was aiming to hit the 10-year anniversary of that date.
Right.
Because realistically, it seems like the game should have been delayed and tested more. The same thing with Unity. They should have been delayed. Likewise, let's point out some of the games that have been delayed. Batman Arkham City wasn't aiming for a release date yet. Both of those, the predecessors released in September and October. All of a sudden, they're going for next year, August or something, because
June.
that game needs a delay.
Yeah.
Witcher 3 needed to be delayed a few months. Bloodborne needs to be delayed another month. The Last Guardian doesn't exist. These games need to be delayed.
Stop it.
No, listen, I'd rather I'd rather them delay these games. We know for a fact Batman's going to come out. Bloodborne's going to come out.
Miyamoto's line of a delayed game is eventually good, but a broken game is bad forever.
It's true.
Holds weight to this day because that's just a fact. A delayed game can become a good game.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I didn't want to sound like a puff.
Yeah, whatever. But
everyone was gonna say that.
To answer Hyle's question, it's a mixture of things. I think first and foremost, the consumer base needs to stop rewarding them with day one purchases when the games are broken, especially pre-orders.
And that's where I was in your thread said that it's I don't do a lot of it, but I'm guilty of it. I can't. I
bought Master Chief Collection day one.
I can't help
I couldn't see myself going a whole year and not buying a single game day one.
Listen. The way I look at it, though, is like anything else. Eventually, the consumer base, it may happen it may take way longer than it should have, but eventually the consumers say, "Fuck you," and they get tired of your shit. And then when they stop buying those games day one,
I guess that's going to
hurt their bottom line, because it doesn't matter. Because now suddenly you don't have the money to make the patches you need to fix that game in the opening week and all that shit. You get what I'm saying? In the case of Halo, let's put this another way. Halo's always been the flagship franchise of Xbox, right?
Yep.
Halo 4 is not beloved by that friend. Like, the people who play that game competitively will throw that game under the bus every time. Halo 4's community died like no other Halo community ever did. This was supposed to be 343's chance to win that crowd over, because let's be real, they're not Bungie to a lot of people at this point.
Yeah, I'm sure Bungie is in really high standing.
Well, you know, but like at the same time, like if this game is now broken and Halo 4 is considered the not good one, who the hell is giving Halo 5? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like maybe and let's say they do one more fuck up with Halo 5, are they really giving Halo 6 another chance?
No.
Like, Mario gets another chance because Mario delivers every time.
Right.
Zelda gets another chance because Zelda works when it comes out.
So we should be happy, Champ, with games like, I don't know, let's use like Scalebound, which I guess that hasn't been very long, but what's another one? Oh, Remedy's, the fuck
Quantum Break?
Remedy. Should we be happy with that? That's taken, you know,
yeah.
4 to... I mean, that is literally taking 4 to 6 years to make.
They took 6 years on Alan Wake. I mean, they restarted the project.
Again, like, if they're going to take a while to make a game, at least, like, you get some confidence that the game
Yeah, Remedy, I don't think Remedy's released anything totally shattered, have they? Alan Wake's been good.
No, I mean, like, I think Alan Wake was their most interesting game, but I also think it was their most mediocre game as far as gameplay went, especially coming from a Max Payne.
Max Payne, yeah. But, like, at the same time, like, it worked.
Yeah, it was a decent game with a cool premise.
Platinum has made games that aren't necessarily good, like Mad World and recently Legend of Korra. None of their games, however, are broken. They work. Like, when you pay for a Platinum games, the least you are getting is a working game.
And Blab, should I be happy that Chronicles X has been delayed, too? And now we got word that it might not come out to the U.S. till...
I mean, listen, I understand...
Why am I the sheep here?
You're the sheep, Blab. You are.
I just got my Wii U Tuesday.
That makes you a fucking
I don't even like it.
Listen, I understand that games being delayed is kind of disappointing, but like working games are better than non-working.
I agree. I guess that's the answer. But our hobby is weird because, you know, if a band puts out shit music, you know, it's pretty soon that, you know, their careers are gonna, you know, go down the shitter with them. Because people are gonna say, "Wow, that really fucking sucks." Your live shows shit, but video games. I mean, look at Call of Duty, $1 billion for how long?
$10 billion. I think.
Yeah, but like, let's give the devil their due. Call of Duty never releases broken. Like, they have an issue on launch day where it's a little sluggish because everyone's online.
Yeah.
But in a day or two, it is perfect.
Release broken though? Advanced Warfare online.
How did it release broken? How did I?
Well, I guess I
played it. I have Advanced Warfare.
I was just referring to, you know, we criticize that game for what it is, and it day one sales, and it shows these other developers, you know, I don't know, Ubisoft, whoever else that.
Yeah, maybe they should copy the part where Call of Duty works. Like, how about you don't copy Call of Duty's multiplayer? You just copy the part where Call of Duty works.
It's been so bizarre. It's like,
and then games that work, like Sunset Overdrive, you know, it might not sell.
It's not gonna sell. It's not even gonna sell a quarter of what Halo just sold, and it's it deserves it more. So it deserves it more.
So I guess I don't know what the answer is. I guess it's big games. I mean, like next year, I already know that, you know, if Uncharted 4 comes out, that's day one.
The answer is to be selective, man. Be selective. And
I try to be, but sometimes you get burned, I guess.
I know, but you know, it's $60 a game like Bayonetta. It launches, it's working perfectly, and it's $60 or however much it is for a Wii U game.
And it came with the first Bayonetta too.
It came with the first Bayonetta. That's the one you give the top dollar to. And when Assassin's Creed launches, you wait a couple days and you say, all right, you know, it's getting pandered because the fucking frame rate is absolute dog shit, and the game has got a shit ton of glitches. And you say, all right, well, that's the one I'm going to give $30 to. You know, I don't know. I mean, I can't tell anyone how to spend their money.
We should go back to 360 and play some Blacklist.
Let's fucking do it, man. I'd love to play some 360. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. But anyways, you want to wrap this bitch up?
Yeah, I think so. Let's wait till Animal gets back from pooping or whatever he's doing.
What are you guys playing right now? What are you playing, Champ?
Recently? Yeah. I actually I've been playing a lot more of Bayonetta 2 still. I platinumed everything on normal and hard in that game, second and third climax. Working on fourth. Other than that, I think I'm finally going to play Far Cry 3 so I can set it up for Far Cry 4 because I said I'd do the review for it on my website. Or I'm finally going to play Dark Souls 2, which I didn't play earlier in the year.
I haven't played that yet either. How about you, Blab?
I broke my pointer finger, so I've been playing less shooters. I haven't been able to play Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
I got stuck in a door. So I took that time. I beat Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Cool.
Excellent game. I dropped the praise on it. I call it the best game of the 90s, having not actually played that many games from the 90s. To which Champ called me out. Fair enough.
My God. Like, no disrespect to a fantastic game, but like...
It has its arguments. And
there are plenty of great arguments to be made. Just in an era with Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Mega Man X, Super Castlevania. There's an argument to be made.
Yeah.
There's an argument to be made. It's not even the best Castlevania of the 90s.
Doom. Yeah.
System Shock 2, Planescape, StarCraft, Half-Life.
Quake.
After
Unreal.
that, I beat Sly Cooper 4. Fun game on both. And then right now I'm working my way through the first Dark Souls because I beat the second one earlier this year.
I said mine to Hiroki. He got to the Tower Knight and said, "This is too hard," and stopped playing it.
I got to Ornstein and Smough. Oh my goodness.
Demon Souls?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that game.
I got to the Tower Knight. I needed some help. Who's fucking ace at that is Vandal Video. I played co-op with him, and man, I guess he just has the touch, but.
My experience playing with Animal on Dark Souls was him telling me to hide in the corner while he fought creatures, and I got sick of it. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was playing video games.
Champ.
What's up?
Champ, how did you get through Ornstein and Smough the first time in the first Dark Souls?
Ornstein and Smough?
Yeah.
I beat them solo.
Fucking God. Okay.
Well, that's because I had a decent, Pyro Glove with me.
I did too, but... Man, the worst
Oh,
bosses.
well then, okay, pick on the skinny one first, because he's fast.
But the fat one's hard. Anyway, I beat them today, so. Much rage,
you beat them. That's fine.
Nah, it was fun. Dark Souls is fun, guys. Play Dark Souls. Play Dark Souls.
I'm hyped for Bloodborne. That's another game. That was really cool because they showed I didn't watch it all, but I watched the first 15 or 20 minutes. But there's 2 hours of gameplay. And they delayed that, so hopefully that's a really polished game. And they took out there's no blocking. There's no blocking.
There's no shield, so it's better for people probably like Kyle who probably wanted something more action focused.
I admit I like that. Demon Souls got too hard for me.
It's slow. Yeah.
I didn't want to learn. I didn't want to sit down and die 20 times in a row to learn a pattern of, the next guy. Or it got the better of me and my patience.
Oh, that's still gonna be there, but Bloodborne's a little different. Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, Bloodborne's gonna be a grade A game.
I hope so.
Oh, you're gonna buy it. You're gonna be
6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 online doesn't work.
God! I will go to Japan and I will throw flaming bags of feces at From Software.
Yeah. Now I want it to be a shitty game.
Why?
I know.
If I go, I'm buying you a plane ticket and you're coming with me to do it.
Oh, awesome. Great.
You're coming to Japan with me and we're gonna stand outside throwing flaming bags of poop.
Let me know how it goes when you get back.
No, because you're coming with me.
So let's wrap it up, Animal. You were the leader of the podcast tonight. So.
Damn, it was a good podcast. Blab, what did you learn tonight?
What did I learn? I learned that the Smash reviews were bullshit.
Nothing life-changing?
Nothing life-changing. Not at all.
Champ,
I learned the Wii U takes a long time to set up. Keep it going.
Oh, yeah, it does. Champ, I hope
terrible.
I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to have surgery. I had surgery this year on my stomach.
We have to wrap up?
Yeah, it's 2 hours. We don't have to do anything.
No, I was gonna say, I remember getting shot a message from Heroic on, because he was lousy on games, and now suddenly this conversation made sense, and I'm kind of the opinion 2014 does not suck as much as
Oh, I
People make
hate
it stuff out.
2014.
2014 has become
It's
well,
not.
Well, it's all right. Here's the games I really liked. Like, I think Bayonetta 2 is an excellent fucking game, and I would put that game as an excellent game in any year, right? Shovel Knight, good game. Velocity 2X, game.
Shovel Knight's amazing.
Wolfenstein: The
Dark
New
Souls
Order was
2.
a really
Dark
good
Souls 2.
shooter. What's up?
Dark Souls.
Dark
2.
Souls 2.
Dark Souls 2, Divinity Original Sin is a really good game. Wasteland 2 is a really good game. Legend of Grimrock. Like, admittedly, I'm saying this from like a PC gamer's perspective, and admittedly, I'm also saying this from like the perspective of someone who has like the 3 consoles, a 3DS, and a PC. Whereas, like, I think a lot of people in System Wars are angry when they're playing off of one box. Plus, I don't look at getting a bunch of good indie games as the year being bad as much as I look at, hey, indies had a good year, good for them.
The Swapper Lone
That was last year, though.
Oh, the Swapper was last year. Damn.
Yeah, Lone
It's okay.
Survivor
It's okay, Animal. The Swapper was my 3rd favorite game of last year, so it's fine.
Oh, Swapper's so
I
good.
respect your love for that game.
The Swapper was excellent. Yeah. I guess for me, like, it's, and that could be partly to do with it, is I look at my, I download my 3 free PSN games on the PS3, and then I get my free ones on the Vita, and I get my ones on the PS4, and I'm not really, I'm kind of sticking to the PS4 at this point as being kind of like the console that is delivering me my new games at the moment. And that's actually a pretty good point, is that, middle of last gen, I'm sitting there gaming on everything. I had every handheld, every console. So as games come out, you just go, oh, the 360's slow, but the PlayStation's having a killer stretch of 3 months, or the PlayStation's had a slow year, but the Xbox is having a great year, and that's kind of the way that last gen worked. And right now in Gen 8, it's kind of like one thing after another. Like, I don't really feel like the gen has really started with any type of a bang.
It hasn't.
And there's been some good games, and there's been a lot of games, and I'm not going to argue that there's no games to play, because there certainly is, but at the same time I look at it and I feel, what it is I feel that 2014 marked the first time that I've ever felt that the industry was not as inspired as I would have hoped it would be going into a new generation.
It's also a transitional period, so I don't know, this might be an excuse. It's also a transitional period, so you kind of have to ease people into it.
Yeah, but you know what? Every time you and I talk about the transitional period, it's been a year. How fucking long did we wait?
It's time to start coming out of it. I agree. It's time. It's time to start, like,
the Xbox 360's first year had, regardless of your opinion of the games,
Condemned,
Gears of War, Rainbow Six Vegas, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, Dead Rising, the original Saints Row,
Call of Duty
Oblivion, Dead or Alive 4, Call of Duty 2. Like, it eventually got a selection of games. Some of them were sequels, yes, but some of them also were new, exciting things.
Absolutely.
That lead on to, like, Saints Row became a really good franchise.
Yep.
Gears of War became one of the more important franchises. Dead Rising was a good franchise, so...
Yeah.
Even Pinata
is
cool as fuck.
We did get good games this year. You just kind of...
Yeah, no, I think certain games got the raw end of the deal.
I think Lords of the Fallen was
suddenly
good.
Critics have become have gotten teeth that they've never had before, which I think is an improvement, because I think people are going to realize that a lot of hyped games next year aren't going to get 90 plus as easy as they used to, which is going to be a good thing. Is a good thing. And they're going to act like, oh, I guess 2015 was disappointing. No, 2015 just happened to be a year when critics stopped sucking.
Yeah.
Versus 2007 when critics were basically lazy.
Or they were just riding the, like, I don't want to say riding the coattails, but like riding the dick of almost every game. They were just like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah. And you're like...
But, like, I think Alien Isolation and Evil Within got the raw end of the deal this year.
You think they did?
I absolutely think how... It blows my mind Call of Duty can get praised for being as linear as it is. Because, like, I'm not even one of those people that thinks Call of Duty should be punished every year for being the same. Because I don't even fucking play those games usually. But, like, I'm playing that game and I feel like 4 straight missions, that game starts off with cinematic walking, which I think is the scourge of gaming. I loathe the point in video games when they force me to walk and I can't run at full speed or anything.
They were. I was listening to an old Bombcast from 2013. And there was an email that came in that said, video game dogs or forced walking sequences.
Yeah.
What would they choose?
Video game dogs are the worst.
No.
Yeah, force walking is the worst. And it's like, Evil Within, I'm not going to say that game can't be hard, but like that game felt old school in a way about like, you have to figure things out. And I love that about the game. I didn't think the game was unfair. I felt like if you had a problem with that game, it's because you were playing shitty. Like, if it needs to be explained to you, the big lumbering thing needs to be hit with a shotgun in a shooter because pistols won't work on it as well.
Yeah.
Whose fault is that?
Yeah, it's...
If it needs to be explained to you that you have a crossbow that freezes the enemy in place, so you freeze him and then shoot him, whose fault is that? Is that the game's fault for not giving you the answer, or your fault for not taking advantage of your tools?
It's the weird thing we talked about, that Mikami made an homage to his own game that he created, like basically created the genre.
Yeah, there's like a level of douchiness to it.
But it works. The game works really well.
But it works because no one's making games like that. Like, From Software and Platinum are like the only studios I feel like that make games that are like, figure this out because we're not going to give you the answer.
Yeah.
And I just gotta play it.
Alien Isolation, I thought, got the raw end of the deal from some places. Like, oh, you don't get to, like, because in that game, when the alien sees you, it kills you. But like, there used to be a time when you played stealth games where it was about not getting spotted.
Yeah, I have to.
Like, here is a limitation. You have to work around it.
I want to give a shout out to like CI Interactive and Deck 13. Lords of the Fallen. It's a little buggy. And it's got some minor hiccups, but like that game is, I think it was one of the best games this fall. Like, it was a Dark Souls clone, but it was like a really good, like, okay, we're not.
You're cloning a really good game. How I'm failing to see how that's a negative. You hear what I'm saying?
No. I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that they didn't fuck it up. Like, they did it well enough.
No. But what I'm saying is, like, people sometimes use the clone word as like a pejorative, and it's like, they're cloning a really good game, so naturally, whatever. It's uninspired, but it might be a good game. Like, it'd still be like, like, are you getting Dark Souls 4 anytime soon? No. Okay, so play it. Like, At the same time, though, like, I lost my train of thought where I was going with this.
Dark Souls 4
would be so good. Bloodborne's gonna be so good.
Yeah, just skip Dark Souls 3 and go straight to 4.
Oh, right. Now I remember what I was gonna say. I think it's kind of funny. We had a podcast about ranting about broken games shouldn't release broken, and then you said this game is a little buggy, and it's one of your favorite games of the year.
But when I say buggy to broken, like it has like minor technical hiccups, like the jumping is a little bleh, and sometimes like animations. It's nothing game breaking. It's just like little hiccups that every game can have. Like,
it's not the game crashes, so you have to restart it. Master Chief Collection.
Yeah. It's not that. It's minor things like animations, like stuff like that. So it's
some games are surprising in the fact that they're broken. Like Little Big Planet 3, IGN gave that a 6.8. Because there was game-breaking bugs in there. I was surprised. You see games like Little Big Planet 3 with game-breaking bugs and all.
How does it even get a 6.8 with game-breaking bugs? The game's actually broken.
And then there's that argument as well. How does it only get that much? How it got a 7 in GameSpot, because they only saw some bugs.
I mean,
Heil, never change Heil.
Just to make some of the people listening to this feel better, like, how much of a bunch of hypocritical assholes are we for, like, always saying, like, I can't spend $60 on Madden or Call of Duty for being the same game every year that I could spend on actual creative, fresh games, right? And then we not only spent $60 on games that were, I mean, Assassin's Creed hasn't changed much in a decade. And Halo, I mean, it's a fucking remake of 4 Halo games, right? We could have spent that game on a game like This War of Mine, a unique indie game.
I want to play that.
spent
$45 less. Instead, we both spent $60 on 2 broken pieces of shit.
Yeah, and that's part of my venom this week has been about the fact that I'm kind of partially or mostly to blame. I feel like a fool because I keep buying the same fucking game every year, and now the same fucking game every year is broken.
I told you not to buy it.
Yeah, but you know what?
Oh no, there's no yeah. But
part of me's pissed at myself, man. How many Assassin's Creed games do I need to play?
I don't fucking know. I told you not to buy Unity.
But you bought it, why?
I didn't buy it. I did not buy it. I got it as a birthday gift.
Yo, you play that card, Animal. Play that card.
No, my friend. I will pull his ass onto this pod. I will go to Dick's Hills. I will go to Dick's Hills. I will go to Dick's Hills, champ, and I will pull his ass out of bed and drive all the way back to Garden City. I will put him on this chair. I will make this podcast run for the next 45 minutes, and I will say, Dylan, did you get this for my birthday?
Yeah, he probably goes, what do you want for your birthday? Assassin's Creed? Okay, I'll get that for you.
No, he said he was getting it for my birthday. He said he was getting it. He's like, I'm buying you Assassin's Creed so we can co-op. I was like, okay.
You go, oh no, that's gonna suck so bad.
Oh no, you don't say it sucks. Like, you don't say to a friend that, oh thanks, you got me Assassin's Creed Unity. What a piece of shit this is. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I enjoyed Unity for what it was. Unfortunately, it has a lot of technical problems, and that's that. But I told you in October, you son of a bitch, I told you, I said, don't buy Assassin's Creed. I said, Mordor is the best Assassin's Creed game I've played this year.
I got it. You're right, man. What do you want?
I'm right.
What do you want?
You should have bought it. I'm going to build a time machine, and we're going to go back to Comic-Con, and I'm going to come out of there, and I'm gonna mushroom tattoo your forehead.
You know what? We got to go. It's time to go. But
I'm going to mushroom tattoo your forehead.
Really?
Really?
You're going to mushroom stamp?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Let's wrap
up. You know what though? Like it's fun to say that Mordor is the best Assassin's Creed game of the year, but in all honesty, the games are way more different than I was anticipating, and it's because of how wonderful the combat is in Shadow of Mordor. And I don't know if all of you guys have played it or it's just been me and Animal. I think Kyle's played a little bit of it.
I played it.
I played a little bit of it.
Yeah, I mean, just the moment to moment, the thinking your way through combat, I'm running low on resources. I'm going to try to get a quick, mine break in and steal some resource. You know what I mean? Like, just the moment to moment, like, standstill action of Mordor is fantastic, where somehow, and I don't know how the fuck this is possible, but Assassin's Creed actually got even more dull to do combat in. Like, the game is even more dull to fight in than it was in its previous iterations, and it's more simplified. And a trained ape could literally play Assassin's Creed and not get hit. So I guess the point I'm getting at is that I feel like they're different games. I feel like my joy that I get from Assassin's Creed is running around a really, really well done France and Paris and seeing the wonders of the city and blah, 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 where with Mordor, I couldn't be more bored with the setting, but I absolutely love the actual gameplay elements of the combat and the, what's the system called with all the
Nemesis system.
The Nemesis system is brilliant. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Ubisoft puts it in one of their games. So, I don't know.
I made a sandwich.
Now shut up, we have to close up. I don't want to hear about your sandwich.
Yeah,
I don't want to
what kind of meat is on the sandwich?
Did it have a mayonnaise?
No. What I'm saying, I made a sandwich while handling Assassin's Creed 4's combat.
Yeah,
real. Oh my god.
Yeah, true story.
You have to record that for me to believe it.
I'm gonna do it next time.
But Heil, what did you learn tonight? Did you learn anything?
Just gotta do your more diligence on games and try not to get hyped for day one releases, but I bet y'all, like I said, I can't imagine not buying at least some games day one. So
Smash tomorrow.
Try to be more
conscious,
diligent, I guess, especially with heavily focused online ones like Halo.
Eroika, what did you learn? We learned that you are. I'm not gonna say it.
What?
I'm not gonna say it.
No,
I'm just teasing you. I'm teasing you.
No, I mean, it's. I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that question.
We learned you're a grumpy man.
No,
you love games, but it's just like.
You know what I learned? I learned I can't wait for Axiom Verge.
What is it? You've said it like 7 times. Can you tell me what
I've said it
fuck?
Twice.
It's an indie Metroid-like game.
It's
Metroidvania.
Metroidvania.
Wait, it came out?
No, it's not coming out until early 2015. It's Metroidvania with Blaster Master, with Bionic Commando. It's basically every great NES game ever jammed into one, and it's made by one guy.
No. It's literally just Metroid, the game. It's great.
Champ, is this War of Mine out?
No.
This War of Mine is out. You should, if you have the money, you should try it and support a creative project that does this crazy thing, works.
I have so many monies.
Instead of, I hate this mentality that people have with like downloadable games. I'll wait for the sale, but the $60 piece of shit, I'll give the time of the day.
It's PC only, right?
Currently, yes.
Okay.
I actually think it's a heavy mouse and keyboard game, but I'm not sure.
Okay. It's something I want to play. I heard about it in the coming weeks, and you'll get to play your Axiom Verge, Eureka.
Yeah, I'm super jacked. I mean, whatever. Games, I love video games, man. I've loved them my whole life. I just feel like 2014, I made some poor choices, and I've learned that I need to be a little bit more selective on the games that I choose to buy on day one and not listen to fucking Heil so much.
Shots fired. Let's close up. I learned that I need more control in my life. So, I want to drink a big thing of whiskey. Go to sleep.
Are you banned?
No, not yet.
Can I tell them that?
Yeah, I'm taking you explain it.
I love it. Animal sent me a text. Heil, I should let you do it. Animal sent me a message last night. He goes, "Do you think you can ban me on GameSpot for a little while?" And I'm like, "What does that mean?" And he's like, I need some time. I gotta get some shit in order. I'm doing some work for school, this, that, and the other thing. I need 3 months. So I got fucking giddy. I was all excited. I'm going to ban Animal. This is awesome. So I contacted the powers that be, and they said it's a weird request, but yeah. So
I haven't been banned yet.
Well, I got to wait for that response. Did we get a response in that email?
No, not yet. I'm taking a hiatus from System Wars, as much as
you don't have enough fucking control to not open up a web page.
Yeah, but listen, when you're at work and you're fucking bored, it's easy to open up a web page and get on and argue with people and make it a time sink.
On your phone.
I hate to no, I don't hate to say this. I work in a business that I run with my father, and I do most of the office work. So I have a lot of free time on my hands, and unfortunately,
what are you gonna do in that free time then? What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna write. I'm gonna write more. I'm gonna do more productive work. It makes sense. I'm gonna write more.
Champ, you think that's gonna happen?
What?
He's gonna be more productive, or is he gonna find shit to jack off with?
What? I can't jerk off at work, asshole.
Yes, you can. You fucking do your own fucking GameSpot web pages. You can jerk off at work.
I have a big fucking.
Animal's a dude who.
I have a big fucking window
lost
in my
a lot of
office.
weight. Animal's a dude who lost a lot of weight. So usually the issue with people that say they're gonna be more productive and then they don't do it are people that don't have any internal drive. But Animal's shown he's had it before. So
All right, it's one vote of confidence.
So I'm believing in you.
Fuck yeah, champ! Hallelujah! Thank you, God.
Guys, what is Super Smash Bros. Gonna score before
Shut
the
up!
comes out?
What's Super Smash Brothers gonna score? 9.
999.
No! Why'd you open that window? Why'd you open that window?
Alright, so let's talk about 999.
No, shut up! Go make a sandwich.
Go
make a sandwich. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'm gonna give away $500 on the next podcast. No, I'm not.
It's gonna score a 10.
If it scores a 10, I will send you.
What? Do it.
I will send you a $25 GameStop gift card.
That's
It's
it.
scoring a 10.
What?
It's
You
scoring
bet
a
me?
10.
You bet me Far Cry
The
4 would
online
come
will
out, and
work.
I only bet you.
It'll be the end all.
No, I'm just.
I only bet you $20.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's a 10 though. You can go a little bit higher than that.
I bet I'm 25. What am I made of money? Oh wait, I am.
Jesus.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Again, I'd like to thank Endless Backlog for being here, Champ and Blabadon. You can visit their website at endlessbacklog.com. Go visit them. They're awesome website. I screamed at Champ once, though, so take it or leave it. Champ, you want to plug?
Mm-hmm. No, you did a really good job.
Thank you.
We actually haven't done any work in the last week because I've been hurt. So.
Oh, poor baby.
When the boss is hurt, no one does any work.
I'll come over and ice your ankle. Just give me your address.
Nice.
Yeah. Or
oh,
not.
Man. This is Animal Mother for Eroica and Heil 68. Eroica, take us out of here.
Have a good night. See ya.
Don't play Far Cry 4. It
Later.
sucks.
Wasn't expecting that.
Play 999.